Okay, your reading notebook needs to be out, open, and on your desk in 5. 4. Reading notebook on your desk, out, open, and ready to go. Thank you, Connor. That was very kind of you. Reading notebook out, open, and on your desk, ready to go. Everybody should be ready to go. Thank you very much. Okay. Boys and girls, we're going to go back and talk about our playground and our kids that were on the playground. Now, you remember that the 2 Allens are over here on the playground, and our main character does not want to be with the Allens anymore. He is done. He doesn't want to find the 4-leaf clovers anymore. His main thought is getting over into the big kingdom, is what, his overly dramatic thought was. And what does he want to do in order to get there? Do you remember what he wants to do to get there? Yes. He wants to replace the jester. He wants to replace the boy who makes the most popular boy laugh. So, we kind of had a little bit, we had on our chart, we said that our main character was bitter or sarcastic. And what was the evidence to support that he might have been bitter or sarcastic, Jalen? Oh, I'm sorry, Jamin. Sorry.
He was so sarcastic about he needed to be in there and wait for the other Allen.
Yes, right. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I said it. I thought I said Jamin. I totally so sorry. Okay, so, and then we said, well, maybe in another part that we read, he was kind of clever or observant. And so, what was the evidence to support that he was clever or observant? Because he sure was. Victor?
He watched the jester and see what type of jokes he made.
Yes. He stood at the edge and kind of was watching.
And he heard that the jester's time was almost up.
Yes. He was like, maybe there's a lifespan. Maybe the lifespan of him being the jester is almost over. Maybe it's his time. So, we also heard that he might be uncaring or ruthless. What evidence do we have to support that he was uncaring or ruthless?
Because he just went and left the other Adams.
Yes. He was like, I don't even care. But does he even care about the boy that is currently the jester? Like he doesn't even care about him. He's kind of like totally in himself at this point. Okay. So we're gonna read on and find out a little bit more about our main character. But think about how often in stories, certain character traits matter more than other character traits. Because those character traits influence the story. So some of these character traits are going to matter more than other character traits as we read on. So as I read on, I want you to jot down some of the character traits that you feel like are most important. Kind of like in the Hunger Games, Katniss was untrusting. She did not trust, like at first, she wasn't really sure whether she could trust Gale or Peeta. Like which one she she wasn't even sure. And her untrusting, her inability to trust later resulted in people dying. Later, she wasn't able to keep up with everything, and people died as a result of that. So think about the character that we are reading about, and think about what character traits are most important as we read on. Make sure I'm not skipping anything. It's hard for me to figure out where is the just crazy words that I don't really need, and where are the story words. Okay, here we go. And we're going to kind of remember back to where we were and then read on from there. I returned to the group every recess for 3 days. I stood unnoticed, just outside the outer circle, waiting for my moment, for the one joke or wisecrack that would make me popular. I knew that I would only get one chance to prove myself, and that if I failed, I would be sent back to the stables, to the Allens. And so, with the single-mindedness of a scientist, I listened to the jokes the other boys made, hoping to align my comic sensibilities with theirs. Now and then, I found myself on the verge of saying something. But every time I opened my mouth to speak, Mitch would launch into another routine. And my moment passed. And I had to rein myself to yet another day in the dark. I did not know then that popularity has a lifespan, and that Mitch's time was about to run out. Okay. So his cleverness and his determination, and so the cleverness and the determination here is very apparent. So we're about to think about, are these our main things that we want to focus on? Right, here's the next part. Start jotting. It is a sad fact of life that the clothes a child wears and how he wears them often determine his rank in school society. I knew it. Sean Owens knew it. Everyone in school knew it. So maybe it was carelessness or temporary insanity or a subconscious desire to step back into the stress-free shadows of and then that caused Mitch Brockman to wear a yellow shirt with a yellow pair of pants. He might have gotten away with it if I hadn't left school that same morning unaware that one folded cuff of my jeans was noticeably lower than the other. As it was, the two of us were on a collision course that only one of us could survive. At recess, on that fateful day, I took my customary place a foot from the popular boys, wondering if I would ever get a chance to prove myself and listen to Mitch tell another variation of his story about the hot dog mobile. I pretended to enjoy this story as much as the others, while my mind strayed to a dream world where I did not have to feel so out of place. And Mitch and Sean and I were the best of friends. Remember, this is taking place in his mind, because Mitch and Sean don't care a bit about him. So, he's thinking in his mind, kind of processing what's about to take place. And then, with a suddenness that jarred me back to reality, Mitch Brockman, a boy who had never noticed me, never seemed to know or care that I was even alive, turned to me, pointed at my uneven pants, and said, "Someone needs a ruler." That was perhaps the wittiest remark he had ever made. And I froze. With 4 words, he had devastated all my aspirations, defined me as a fool, and all but condemned me to a life of shame and obscurity. I could see my future, my boyhood itself, crumbling to dust. And as I heard the laughter and felt the heat of the spotlight upon me, I pointed at Mitch's yellow pants and shirt and said, "Someone else needs a mirror. You look like a canary." Then, with the grace of a magician's assistant, I raised my left arm in a presentational gesture and said, "Boys, I give you Tweety Bird." What just happened?
He's gonna be.
What just happened?
He's gonna be popular.
He just took his place. They did. But who won? Our main character won. Connor, what do you think? What just happened? He's gonna replace him. What makes you think that? Oh, Sebastian. He did. He sure did. So, what new traits can we write down to support what just happened? What do you think? Boys, make sure you're listening.
Before he told him that he was a Tweety Bird and he was really quiet, he thought he was an outcast.
So, yeah, at that point, he felt absolutely defeated, didn't he? And then, yeah, he gave us a little humor, didn't he? Yeah.
He was doubtful before then because he was saying it won't work.
Yeah, he did feel some doubt. And then, that's okay. He did feel stress. Absolutely. Okay. Wow. We just got, when I read that part, I was absolutely taken back. I couldn't believe that he was able to replace him. Okay. I'm going to read a little bit more and see where we go from here. I heard the laughter and felt the heat of the spotlight upon me. I pointed at Mitch's yellow pants and shirt and said, "Someone else needs a mirror. You look like a canary." Then, with the grace of the magician's assistant, I raised my left arm in a presentational gesture and said, "Boys, I give you Tweety Bird." And it was all over. As the volume of the laughter doubled, Mitch seemed to vanish. And that day, on that playground, Sean Owens' laughter was heard for the first time ever. In an instant, Mitch Brockman became Tweety Bird, and I, an absolute non-entity, became
The jester.
somebody. The jester. And then somebody special. Someone to seek out. Someone to follow. Sean Owens' first jester and best friend. The entire transformation was complete in a matter of months. Well, remember, he had thought about it and wanted and desired and just, he couldn't wait. Like, he was wishing that he was away from those Allens. And he was watching what was taking place over here in the big kingdom from his stables. So he didn't automatically go up and make this happen in one day. So eventually, he got where he wanted to be. Now, let's add some more character traits because I'm feeling a little different about our main character right now. Our main character has some different character traits. So, what do we know about him right now, Victor?
Maybe a little bit obsessed with himself.
You think he's impressed with himself? Okay, I agree he might be impressed with himself. So, what else?
Excited, happy.
He might be excited or happy, but think about what he just did. Think about his actions. Connor, based on his actions and what he just did, what kind of character trait can we say about what he just did? What just took place? Yeah.
Well, because
Impressionable, like
impressionable. So it can because he said the Tweety Bird because it made everybody laugh. So they he's the new jester.
okay. Jamin?
A verbal abuser.
Oh, so maybe. I agree he might be a bit abusive. I agree that could very well. Wyatt, what else?
So he kind of lied a little bit. So like he was lying in his head and then it came true.
Ooh. I kind of agree with that. So in his head, he had some things going on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't really got one for Alan, but I got one for not Mitch, Sean Owens because I think he's kind of a doppelganger because he thought at first he basically goes between whoever
I
he
agree
thinks
with that.
better than the other.
I totally agree with that. We had some different things taking place right here, don't we?